On Sunday, this was the scene kwa Mai Mai, a popular hangout in the Johannesburg CBD. While there's a threat of a second wave of the spread of COVID-19, a super large crowd gathered here with no social distancing and not a mask in sight. Fueling fears of another possible super spreader event, this gathering makes the recent Cape Town incident where more than 80 grade 12 pupils were infected following a huge party look like a picnic. It's impossible to speak to anyone here. The last time videos were taken by concerned neighbors and circulated on social media, police pounced the next day. Cameraman Tulo Munaro and I were not comfortable mingling in the large crowd, so we used a cell phone to capture these visuals. Police have had their hands full clamping down on non-compliance. Several nightclubs were raided and shut down.
We'll take it for forensics, that's it.
Some failing to produce operating licenses.
There were almost 300 people, packed, no mask at all, no social distancing, breaking the law, and it tells you that in the second wave we've not really survived if it comes.
Alcohol worth millions of rand also confiscated. But that's not all.
So the restaurant industry in South Africa is one of the sectors to have taken a massive knock as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And with relaxed regulations, they're able to sell food and alcohol to their patrons until midnight, possibly with dire consequences. So we've come up this month end to assess for ourselves.
It's just after 8 p.m. and it's a party. Little regard for social distancing, and again patrons were not wearing masks. Some not shy to air their views.
So one thing is I forget sometimes, like after paying for a parking ticket, imagine.
Yeah.
To like sanitize, I'm in my car like, whoops.
But for the most part, we are adhering to the protocols. Mask, sanitizer.
Yeah.
I think for me it's difficult because I'm a student in Cape Town, so I had to come all the way back home and stay with my parents, and I had to like live at home again and stay at home, and people have to I can't go out and buy my own food and live my own life, so that's been very difficult.
I came to my university 2 months ago, University of Potchefstroom, and I've recently been to the doctor, and my doctor warned me saying that I should not go out because she had 12 diagnoses of COVID-19 in the last week, and that people are slacking on protocols and the necessity of social distancing in a whole. So yeah, it's been very difficult.
And it's a mammoth task for the owners of these establishments.
One of our biggest issues is people not respecting the COVID-19 regulations in terms of sanitizing their hands when they enter the space. They also love to jump chains and jump walls. So for us, it's about setting a clear guidelines to our clients that this is what we expect from you guys and how we want to run the project. So making sure your hands are sanitized, that we take your temperature and we take your contacts down so that if there is a spread, that we can contain it the best way possible.
One can only imagine what the outcome would be.
So with the festive season around the corner and mounting concern about the increase in the number of infections, one can only hope that people do the right thing, and that's adhere to the safety protocols. Griselda Lewis, SABC News in Johannesburg.